Good day, folks. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. I hope everybody's doing wonderful so far. Uh, a lot of you been saying that my voice has been low volume, so uh, hopefully it's normal today. Hopefully it's normal. But anyhow, welcome to Edison, Georgia, a town that
In
has been
600
named
feet, turn
after
left onto
Thomas
Strickland Street
Edison.
south.
Now, Edison, Georgia is located in the southwest region of the state of Georgia. The closest major city to here is Columbus, which is 73 miles to the north. Columbus, kind of like Fort Gaines. If you're looking to move here to Edison, you're not gonna be close to any real big cities. Kind of like with Fort Gaines, the two largest cities that will be within an hour of here. You got your choice. Dothan, Alabama is 52 miles to the northeast. To the southwest. Or you got Albany, Georgia, which is 36 miles away from here. So Albany, Georgia is east of here. So Albany is a mid-sized city, and that's gonna probably be your best bet if we need to get to a larger city, so to speak. Alabama is 33 miles west of here, which is, off the top of my head, it's gonna be the closest city that you'll be able to get to as far as your basic amenities. Basically, you got your choice. You can either drive into Abbeville, Alabama, or you can drive into Albany. Now, if you're living in Edison, when it comes to all your basic amenities, you would probably be better off driving into Albany, because Albany is a much bigger city compared to Abbeville, and they therefore have many more amenities available to you compared to Abbeville, Alabama. So the population of Edison is 1,230 people, and this city has lost 19.7% of its population as of the 2020 census. Now, back during the 2010 census, the population was at 1,531 people. Now, Edison has not lost population since 1980. Now, back in 1980, they lost 6.8% of its population, but from 1990 up until the latest census of 2020, they've been gaining people. Now, the population peaked at 1,531 people, which was during the 2010 census, which was also the last year that this city had a positive population growth. Because like I told you, during 2020 census, this city lost 19.7% of its people. And the racial demographics are 21.6% white, 72.7% black, and 4% Hispanic. Now, for some of you, what I'm getting ready to say, might be of some level of interest to you. But from the 2010 to the 2020 census year, when it comes to the white population here, the white population during 2010 used to be 30%. Now it has now the white population has reduced to only 21.6%, while the black population during 2010 was 63.7%. And the black population as of 2020 has increased from 63.7% to 72.7%. So almost a 9% increase there. So the white population decreased by about 8.5%, by about 9%, well 8.5%. As for the black population, increased by 9%. Now, the Asian population during 2010 was sitting at 1%. As of 2020 census, the Asian population has decreased to 0.33%. Not even a 0.5%. So the Asian population has decreased by over 50%, so to speak. Now the Hispanic population hasn't changed by much. During 2010 census, the Hispanic population was sitting at 4.3%. And as of the 2020 census, the Hispanic population only decreased by 0.3%. So the current Hispanic population is sitting at 4%. So, and not all cities that I research will have that will have that type of information available to me. Or two, I needed to do some more research. I know there's some of you that might be interested in that kind of information, especially if you're a minority. So anyhow, the crime here, the overall crime here, out of every 1,000 people, 38.7 people will become a victim of any kind of crime. 9.4 people out of 1,000 people will become a victim of a violent crime, which is over double the national average, because the national average is 3.8 people out of 1,000 people are most likely to become a victim of a violent crime. Now, when it comes to property crime is about average. It's a little above average in Edison, but not by much. I mean, the national average for property crime is out of every 1,000 people, 19.5 people will most likely become a victim. Now here in Edison, 20.8 people out of 1,000 people will most likely become a victim of a property crime. And the public school systems, well, they're not the best either. I mean, the public school system has received a C- grade. So definitely not the best public school system, which, it is what it is. I mean, I'm going to plead the fifth on going into too much detail on that. If you're looking to move here to Edison, your median rent prices are going to go from $550 to $1,080 a month. If you're looking to own, there's not too many houses that are currently for sale, at least now according to Realtor.com. I mean, right now there's only 2 houses for sale. One is priced a little over $200,000, and it sits on several acres of land. And the cheaper house is priced at $155,000, and it sits on a little over 2 acres of land. So housing here appears to be relatively affordable. I mean, it could be a good place, again, if you're looking to live somewhere kind of in the middle of nowhere. I mean, you're looking for that small town vibe. you're looking for a house that sits on a larger lot, this could be your place to reside. I mean, as you guys can see, there's nothing fancy, there's nothing special about this place. I don't say that in a manner that's disrespectful. I mean, this is just a typical small, deep southern community with relatively affordable housing, if you can find one for sale, that is. Because despite this city losing people, it appears that, I don't know, I mean, for some reason, there's just not a whole lot of houses for sale. And to me, if the city was real bad, there would have been more houses for sale. But then again, maybe there's people that, for whatever reason, they're afraid to sell their house because they're afraid they may not be able to find something else. I mean, who knows? But it's definitely a relatively affordable way to move somewhere warmer, to where you can potentially have a homestead without having to go through all the extra crap of buying raw land, and then you gotta put in your well and your septic and electric or solar and pull all kind of permits. And now there's some people that enjoy doing that kind of stuff, but if you're like me, you know what, even if you wanted a homestead, which homesteading is not easy, it's a lot of work, but even if you wanted to homestead, or you have a green thumb and you want to have a massive sized garden, I'm the kind of person that, hey, I'd rather have all my regular utilities put in place. I'd rather have a pre-existing structure, because I'm not trying to build a damn thing. And I sure in the heck ain't trying to hire many of these contractors, because many of them are not to be trusted. I mean, they're many of them, they'll build you a house, but the house is going to most likely be low quality material, poor workmanship. And then once they build your house, and your house starts having all kind of issues due to their poor quality of work and poor materials and other stuff, such as they might put in your electric and plumbing, and then you find out that they did not go by the codes of the county or the city. I mean, I don't know. It seems like every time I turn around, I'm always hearing all kind of nightmares, all kind of horror stories about many of these construction companies. So I'm the kind of person that, and also I told you guys before about my situation, about the house I used to own in Lewisburg, Tennessee. I bought that house brand new, and I told you guys all the issues I had with that house. The foundation, the shingles on the roof falling off, my air conditioning losing freon, just a whole bunch of ridiculous stuff going on. So I'm the kind of person that I'd rather buy an older house and just put a little bit of money into getting it fixed up. I'm not trying to buy anything that's a complete renovation project. Just something that's nicer, older, kind of like where I'm at right now in Alabama. All the utilities already in place. All I gotta do is move in and cut on all my utilities, and I'm good to go. I'm sorry, but I'm not trying to have to worry about putting in wells and septics, and then I gotta build a structure. Hey, as you all know, I love to travel. And I would love to travel more. And with that being said, I don't got time to be worrying about all that other stuff. So anyways, here. So yeah. So that's just I think if you're looking for an affordable way to maybe live somewhere that's, to where you can have a larger lot for homesteading, Or maybe you don't want a homestead. Maybe you just want to have a larger lot because you like looking around, and rather than seeing houses sitting on top of each other like they have up north, you look around and you see beautiful things like, you might see trees, you might see some birds. You'll see the blue sky, you'll see nice green grass. And that's one thing I love about where I live here in Alabama. When I look around, yeah, I got neighbors, but they're not sitting on top of me like they were when I was living in Indiana. Like where I'm at now, when I look around, yeah, I can see other houses because I do live in town. However, I also see a lot of trees. I see a lot of grass. I see birds, squirrels. Where I'm at is fairly peaceful and quiet. And, most of us where I live, we sit on anywhere from a half acre to an acre. And that's pretty much how it is here in Edison. Many people out here have larger lots. I mean, the violent crime is fairly high here, but I probably should have looked at the kind of crime that goes on out here as far as violent crime, but I didn't bother to look that up, so my apologies. But I'm going to just go ahead and go on a limb, and I'm going to just tell you people, if you choose to move here to Edison, I think you can move here and you be cool with folks, you mind your own business, you stay away from negativity, and you have a little bit of basic street smarts, you'll be okay. That's what I think. Now, I'm going to jump over to Niche, and I'm going to read you guys some reviews of people that have lived here, most likely. So, out of 4 reviews, Edison scores a 3.5 out of a 5-star rating. One person gave this city an excellent rating. 3 people gave it an average. I'm going to read you the one that's excellent, then I'm going to jump down to the ones that are average. So, the first one, which is a 5-star, was written November of 2022, and it reads as follows. I love Edison. I have lived there my entire life, and it is filled with diversity. It is safe, busy with lots of access to high-rates restaurants, malls, grocery stores, and other things. Okay, now on to the 3 that are 3 stars. The first 3-star one was written April of 2018. It reads, very small town in South Georgia. Nothing really big happening here. Not really unsafe, but you do need to be careful about leaving things unlocked, or where others could take them. The largest event we have is the horse show, and the mayor almost always wins. I'm not very familiar with the police department. However, the sheriff's office does not do their job well because they can be lazy and not do what they are supposed to keep the citizens safe and up to date on anything in dealing with the court system. And the next one, which is a 3-star, was written in October of 2017, reading, everyone is always friendly and close. Know many people and has 2 great schools, great churches, and grocery stores. Let's see here. Give me 1 second here. Okay, now here's another 3-star. Now this review was written back in August of 2015, so it's a little older. It reads, this area is very poor, but I would live here again. The people here are nice, but I would like to move elsewhere to see more of an open area. All we have in this area is a playground, dollar store, grocery store, about 3 gas stations, and a small school system with a number of only 325 students. We are a very small county, so I want to move somewhere bigger and better. I want to build a better and safer community for these young adults who just walk the streets. I see potential in all of them, but I have to get done with I have to do first. So according to the comments I just read, apparently there is a little bit of crime that goes on. Apparently you do got people here that are concerned about their safety here, which is not good. So, I'm thinking what I said a second ago, yeah, that still could be true. Just come here, mind your own business, and you could be, and for the most part, you'll be okay. But at the same time, it's never a good thing to move somewhere and then have to be concerned about your safety. So that's going to be all for the commentary. For those of you that are familiar with the area, I would love to hear from you in the comment section. Let us all know what's going on around here. And on that note, if you like what I do on the channel, feel free to give videos like this a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And on that note, stay blessed. Catch you guys on the next one.